these heroes in the laning stage in terms of spam ability. You know, Clock able to maintain his control of the lane, getting those cog spam and the rocket flare as well, just to get the CS. Naga as well towards the mid game with the mirror image spam, controlling the lanes and such, and with the farming, and Quap in lane as well. They're going to be very happy with that CM addition, and also on top of that, going to be very nice for the rotations and the ganks. TA is going to be the final ban here from Hot 6, so they themselves maybe thinking it was going to be a fair Quap.
It could have been. It could have been. It could also have been off-lane dual lane.
Yeah, they could have switched it around. I don't know if a TA was what was on the minds of EG, but Hot 6 nonetheless, they don't want to go up against it.
They banned Lena here, right? Like that's.
I think that's the Hot 6 ban. Well, they've already banned it. First ban.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't. How did I not see that?
First
Okay,
ban
so
Lena.
Storm is maybe another hero that they could look to ban here. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there
okay.
we go. Right now, I mean they've got a very kind of natural pick so far. This is where we see MP throw a spanner in and pick something a little bit kooky.
Did they pick Tinker again?
I don't know if they picked Tinker again. I mean, there's a CM, fairly squishy, but I don't know. You got a Clock who's going to buy Blade Mail, Queen of Pain. I don't think you're necessarily going to be blowing her up a Naga.
You can't, because EG can still actually pick Tree. And then all of a sudden it becomes
that's
like
true. They can switch it around and maybe make it a core Naga.
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to pick here.
Come on, something fun.
5 seconds.
Something exciting, Hot 6. Give us something to have a lot of fun about with this last game. Okay, Zeus, I mean, again, pretty much the textbook lineup here. With Zeus, we see a little bit less so now, but still, nonetheless, a very strong mid laner. And again, it's obviously just with the Undying in the team fights, with the Decay, you know, the amount of burst damage you're going to have in the earlier portions of the match. Yeah, that will stack up very, very nicely. Now, EG with their final pick, they do still need Fear's hero now, as we were expecting. Question is what to go for here. Last 14 seconds now of the pick. You taking their time.
5 seconds remaining.
Come on, Fear. Give us something fun.
Something like it's really good here. Even with Clockwork.
Oh,
Ember.
okay. We've seen it being banned out in a few drops. It is the
Fear Queen.
Fear Queen, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Sumail on the Ember, of course, in that mid lane, which will be up against the Zeus here. So MP Zeus. Ember, of course, will have that Flame Guard to help you out against the Zeus in lane. And other than that, is this a good lane for the Ember Spirit?
It's all right. I mean, Zeus isn't really known for his amazing harass in terms of right-click damage, but he can break Flame Guard pretty easily. You know, level 1 Flame Guard's only 50 damage that you need to take before it breaks. So level 1 Arc Lightning just removes Flame Guard, which is kind of annoying for Sumail. And then at level 2, you need 200 damage, I believe it is, to break it, which a Bolt and 2 Arcs will break it. So once he gets to 3, I think Sumail will probably be fine. But in the early stage, he's going to have to sit there and watch MP just spam out the wave. It's not too big of a deal, though. I actually think no matter who you're putting against Zeus, that hero will probably end up farming, because you're going to Bottle Crow, and you're going to have your wand ready.
Well, here we go. Into the final game, the final series of the day. Hot 6, well, at least here on the mainstream. Hot 6 versus EG. And Hot 6, as we were pretty much saying, the TI5 lineup plus Zeus. We haven't really seen that much Zeus, but in the past it's certainly been one of the favored heroes to go into the mid lane. EG with what certainly feels like a very Evil Geniuses lineup. You know, we've got some very key heroes on their side, and I'm looking forward to this one. Game 1 was a lot of excitement here between the two sides. It was a long one as well. I think it went out to about 56 minutes or so in the end between these two teams. Both teams proving to put on a really big fight, and I've got to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Hot 6 maybe even come close to taking a game back against EG, because in the first game, they certainly showed a lot of promise.
Yeah, they showed that they understand very well what their lineups are meant to do. And I think that's kind of the hallmark of a Tier 1 team is we know what our timings are, we know what we need to win. And at the very least, we understand that we need to build our heroes in a very specific way to hit that timing. And that's super, super important, just to make sure that you understand the ins and outs of your heroes as you pick them. So when you get to that like 30-minute mark and you know we need to be a racks up, then you start kind of thinking, okay, we need to start trying to either deviate or go for the gold.
That is a stat and a half there. Ember Spirit, 7 wins, 0 losses in the hands of the Chinese. 0-8 in the non-Chinese teams. So yes, indeed, Sumail, can he break this curse? And that's quite a curse to break. That is quite a stat.
I think if anyone can do it, though, it's EG. Like, I don't think PPD picks a hero and assumes that somebody on his team doesn't know how to play it. Right? Like, if it's PPD and he makes you play heroes, he wants his teammates to random every game just so they know how to play everything. So I'm pretty sure if anyone's going to break that curse, it will be EG.
And let's see what they're able to achieve with this one. Of course, a big shout out to everyone joining us here on the mainstream for what I'm sure is going to be one more very exciting game here to end this stream off. So now, straight in with the series trade, just giving a couple of hits to MP. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this mid lane matches up. As you always say, Zeus is one of those heroes who's going to be able to farm the lane nonetheless. You're going to have a pretty hard time at bullying him out of it. But the question is, how much can Sumail find in return? Dual lanes across the maps pretty much at this time. It's going to be the CM actually focusing on a bit of the jungle. So PPD just leaving, of course, Universe on his own on the clock at the bottom, where he should be fine. I mean, he's up against the Gyrocopter, Dazzle's making the pulls, but Universe should be able to find quite a bit from this offlane.
Yeah, I think he'll get a lot of EXP from this, which is going to be great, because there's a couple of heroes that if he just hook shots, I mean, outside of the Gyrocopter, Claw can pretty much go on anyone, right? Tusk can snowball while he's inside of the cog, sure, but a lot of the other heroes are more or less fair game. And we talked about that mid matchup like you were mentioning, MP versus Sumail. Just keep in mind that MP is very gankable in this lane. Like, all you have to do is send one hero with a disable into a Searing Chains of Flame Guard, and the Zeus is dead.
Top lane, Jirax's just interrupting the pull here from Naga. I mean, I guess on the plus side for the side of EG, the sensibility of putting fear on that Quap in the safe lane means it is a hero that's going to be a little bit harder for the Undying Tusk combination to crush in lane.
They kind of have to go on Aoi, and even doing that is a bit risky, especially if you're by the tower, because you're going to have points into Ensnare, like level 2 Ensnare, level 3 Riptide at level 5, or maybe 1-1-3, depending on how Aoi wants to play it. And that means that even if you try to go for an all-in and you go too far, you could just end up trading kills, because Queen is very good at chasing. So I do like the way that EG have gone about this.
Sumail's going to be a little bit scared here, hiding behind the tower, because there was an Invis rune picked up by Tusk, was spotted out by the EG Observer Ward. But Tusk, Jarek's actually going to head back towards the top lane. And as we're saying, it's going to be hard to catch out someone like Fear. You can certainly do a fair bit against him. Aoi on the sidelines as well. Jarek's might go for a bit of the old 1-2. His level 2 has got that ball, and here we go. Okay, trapping Aoi, and they've dropped the tombstone, but Sun, he's getting incredibly low. We'll get the double decay off, which will buy him enough HP to keep himself safe. But indeed, we're seeing this issue here where side of Hot 6 tried to go aggressive, but they can't find anything in return. Aoi and Fear just a little bit too elusive to take down on their own at this point. Universe being as annoying as ever here on this bottom lane and nearly about to hit level 4, interrupting the double pull being made from Heen. And 3 minutes in yet again, we had a bit of a slow start to game 1. It looks like it's going to be similar here. Neither team really looking for the kills at the moment. Universe is moving in now. Maybe looks to change this here. He's got 1 point in the Battery Assault and 1 in the Rocket Flare. Looking for Heen. He's got the creep way to tank it up, in fact. And Universe is just going to pop the cogs. And looks like he doesn't fancy to continue that little 1v1 in the jungle.
It was really nice awareness from Heen, realizing that he had those creeps around him and all he had to do was just go in for a heal. He's even holding on to his skill points for a little bit, just in case something ends up happening where he might need poison to secure a kill on the offlaner or something similar to that. But I'm kind of inclined to agree with you. Not probably going to see too many rotations coming out at the very least. Most heroes in this game probably just content to sit there and just farm it up. I will say, though, that the fact that Hot 6 are not able to really pressure this top lane, Queen is sitting at highest CS, or second highest right now. So that is a little bit concerning.
Indeed, Fear's farm looking very good. And Sumail's farm in the mid lane as well. Not too shabby at all. 20 for 1 against the 23 of 2 of the Zeus. So Sumail definitely keeping on par with the Zeus's farm. Pretty impressive in itself. In the jungle again, Clockwork just coming in, trying to interrupt this pull here from the Heen on the Dazzle. Universe sitting at level 4. Heen, how's he doing in terms of XP? Sitting at level 3 at the moment here, and still, yeah, as you said, holding on to those skill points. Perev's farm at the moment, 23 for 4. He's not having too much of a hard time because, if anything, Universe focusing more on disrupting the Dazzle and kind of eyeing him up, looking for potential kills rather than focusing on hindering Perev's farm here in the safe lane.
Now, whenever you see a pull, you kind of have to go contest that particular part of it, because there's no creeps there, right? Like, it's just going to be Forehead farming under his tower. There's not really much to contest. You just need to go to the jungle and make sure that Heen's not getting solo EXP. So, Universe is definitely doing the right thing. The wave is actually being pushed under his tower, which means that he will be getting a lot.
Ensnare, top lane, trying to set it up here, but the eyesight is, well, sorry, no, eyesight side, Jesus, we're not watching VG Gaming. PPD tried to come in with a smoke gang, doesn't pay off, and suddenly with a heal bomb coming in as well. The side of MVP Hot 6 bringing down Aoi on the Naga, now with the zombies chasing down Fear. He's going to have a blink of 10 seconds, but that's going to be 10 seconds too long. Undying there with the Decay and Sun, and Jerax. Sorry, no ice on the Tusk, but 3 for 0. Hot 6 with the plays there in the top lane.
That heal caught them totally off guard. Like this ward, I think it saw him teleport, or not teleport, but walk into the lane, but they didn't see the teleport scroll itself. So he just got annihilated by a heal. That was a very, very quick reaction coming in from him. Very nicely played.
And very nice from Hot 6 indeed. 5 minutes and a half in. 3 kills on the board. Mid lane, Samael's going in. He's got the back of a barrier as well. Zeus in a lot of trouble and will go down. TP's coming in. Will they be able to turn this one around? They haven't really got anything to control Samael. They have got the snowball. Is he going to be able to connect on him? Sumail just a little bit too quick. PBD coming in for the turnaround. Looking for Sun. Some of the Soul Rig keeping himself alive. They'll bring him down though nonetheless. Farev though with the Rocket Barrage getting himself a double kill. Taking down both Samael and PBD. Jerax now moving towards Aoi. And Aoi's walked straight into Heen. This could be another kill here for the side of Hot 6. Heen with the body blocks. Trying to get them in position. Ice Shard comes out, but look, that's the glitch with Naga. There are certain heroes that can get through the gap of the Ice Shards, and Naga Siren is one of them. Doesn't matter though, MP with the TP will be able to kill the Naga at the end of the day. 6 for 2 at the moment, still favouring the side of Hot 6, and yeah, indeed, there's a few heroes that can walk through a certain part of the Ice Shards if you right-click individually in that gap, kind of spam clicking. Maybe intended, we'll never know.
He did it flawlessly. Like he didn't even stop.
I mean,
he just went
is
straight through.
Naga. I think there's about 3-4 heroes that can do it. Naga is one.
Yeah, that was pretty...
I want to say, I think PL's in it. I don't know.
Pretty hilarious, actually, that ends up happening.
It's, it doesn't matter, because he dies anyway, at least. You know, MP was there with the Zeus, with the TP. But still 6 for 2. I mean, Hot 6 keeping themselves on top of EG.
Yeah, again, the gyrocopter's been very active. We saw 4Ev go in there. They realized that when Sumail goes for that kill on mid, he actually used all 3 of his remnants. So normally when you play Ember Spirit, it's just a good rule of thumb to have a retreat remnant to make sure that you're not going to be fully committing to a fight and then get caught out and die, right? But he dives, has no retreat remnants, and then 4Ev comes in from the side and manages to pick him off. So really nice for Hot 6 that they were able to get those kills. Universe with the Invis here. He's level 6.
Let's see what he can do. He's got 3 points of the Battery Assault as well. He's going to be the target, but MP is there. Hook shot straight onto him, but they might be able to turn this one around in the universe. Indeed, he eats himself out of the cogs and says, I am getting out of here. TP's coming in as well. In fact, the full 5-man of Hot 6 around this mid lane needs to be careful. Sumail as well being forced back here by Farev, joining forces with MP and Sun. They're going to be ready to maybe look to try and get a bit of harassment down onto this tier 1 in the mid lane. Bottom lane, Tusk beginning to soak up the levels there. Using the space very close to hitting 6 and getting that Walrus Punch online. Looking to build into the urn here as well. He's got the treads, but net worth at the moment favouring the side of Hot 6. Top 2 heroes at the moment, the Gyro and the Zeus. In what's been a very, very good start here for the Radiant. And off the back of this, they're going to look to push here onto the tier 1. EG, what's the response? PPD moving in, level 5 at the moment on your Crystal Maiden. And Sumail actually heading towards the bottom lane. Has got the 3 remnants up. Wonder if he can go for a kill here onto the Tusk. Probably not, with the fact that I'm sure this Tusk is hitting levels. Yeah, he's got level 6 now, so he has got the Walrus Punch available. The top lane at the same time, Fear just continue to make the most of this space. Pushing in onto the tower. There's going to be a rotation there for Dazzle and Zeus actually heading up to the top lane. So a bit of musical lanes going on now with Zeus kind of gravitating around the top. You're Undying and Gyro towards the middle, and Tusk sitting himself down on the bottom lane.
Yeah, I think it's actually really good for Hot 6 to have MP just sit top for a while. It's a much harder lane to really go all in on. So if he's sitting mid, for example, they can just dive in with Sumail, where I think is diving the offlane tier 1 is a little bit harder to do because you have less like safe retreat paths instead of just walking like into the enemy jungle and being able to juke everywhere. So he's going to make his way back mid now, though, if he wants to try to like counter push a lane or just make sure that 4Rev is not going to be in too much trouble. Whereas EG are prioritizing Aoi hitting 6 now. They want him to get that song up and going.
Oh, Dazzle just getting himself away from Fear there with the odd Shallow Grave TP, just enough to buy him time to get himself out. Fear, of course, using the ult to bring him low, but not low enough. And Hot 6 get away with saving the Dazzle.
And Universe is still, he's level 7 almost. He's got 34 CS. Offlane Clockwork. We were talking about how in the beginning he wasn't really getting much farm, but because of the fact that 4Ev has been all over the place, like TPing mid, getting kills and such, it's allowed Universe to have this great early game. We're going to see a smoke here.
Yeah, indeed. They found Sumail and PPD. It's just the 2 of them, though, the Gyro and the Undying. They don't really have the control at all to deal with Sumail, and now they might be in trouble because there's a bit of a wraparound. Aoi's there, has the song available if they want to try and go back in. We do also have Quat moving around the river. Of course, Fear doesn't have the Sonic Wave available. It's still on cooldown. Not going to use the song to initiate here, though, and the rest of MVP going back to pushing this tower now down to less than a third of its health. Jarak's on the sidelines, ready to go in with that Tusk.
Tower is under attack.
And it looks like Hot 6 will be able to create the space here to get this tier 1. Fortification comes out, but not a lot the Evil Geniuses can do to stop this push. And MVP will be the first team to claim themselves a tower this game. Top lane, Fear.
Jarax.
Oh,
Nice
deny. Very nice indeed from Jarax.
So, tower denied, tower taken in mid. A very nice tower to take at such an early stage. I mean, Hot 6, they are pushing the pace. They are not letting EG just sit there and do their old farming thing without taking something away from them, which is very, very cool to see. You know what else is pretty neat is the fact that Ember actually built treads. Something that you don't really see too often. Like, most Ember Spirits go phase right into drums, or like phase Aquila and then Bottle Crow and whatnot, and then just go straight for like Battle Fury or something.
That's true indeed, yeah, not always the build that comes out. Hook shot on the bottom lane, straight onto Forev. It's going to be TP back the winner as well with the triple. Remnants looking for the burst damage. Forev trying to turn it around with the Rocket Barrage. Isn't quite enough, but oh, there we go. Zeus with the Thunder God's Wrath will be able to bring down the Clockwork in response. So a 1-for-1 trade there, but Hot 6 do lose there for Rev Gyrocopter. At the same time though, we do have Sun, MP and Jerax on this top lane looking for a tier 1. Clearing the wave out here as well. They should be able to find it. Already ready with the defense down in the bottom lane. You've got your Dazzle clearing out that wave. So again, MVP taking their second tier 1 of the game. And EG just with that tier 1 from the top they've managed to remove. Now we're just applying a bit of pressure in the mid lane, looking for the skip here with the illusions. That's going to time out now at the moment, but still 7th of 3, favoring Hot 6, and Hot 6 looking pretty good this year.
Now the game is still pretty even, and he's going to be in some trouble.
He has got the Shallow Grave and a TP available, but Searing Chains is being held onto by Sumail. He doesn't even need it at the end of the day. One quick Sleight of Fist will finish off the job. And that's going to be the second kill under the belt of Sumail. 2 assists as well at the moment. He's been pretty damn active and hasn't quickly evolved in all the kills so far of AG, but EG PPD might be trouble. Sonic Wave coming out there trying to stop Forev, killing the Crystal Maiden to PPD with the Duke, so the Duke's picking up.
No way.
It will be! Freezing Field comes out in time, they get the kill. Thunder God's Wrath does end up finishing off the Crystal Maiden though. So it is again a 1-for-1. Okay, Howie with the song. Has a TP, says, yep, Tombstone's in, I'm out. Nagasaran out the fight, the rest of EG escape as well. So they do lose PPD there, but they do get the Gyro kill. So a very, very good trade there for the side of Evil Geniuses.
Very worth. PPD tried so hard to get away from that. Okay, they know that Sumail's in the area. He's got a Remnant up in about 1 second. He's walking past a Tombstone. Okay, they can't kill him. There's no way. He can just use his Remnant to get out if he needs to. But that was a very fortuitous trade coming in from EG, making sure that they could get that Gyrocopter farther and farther away from his BKB. It's something we haven't talked about much, but EG's lineup is very magic damage heavy, which means that if Forev can get to BKB at a decent timing, he's going to be pretty darn hard to take down. And we've seen what Gyrocopters can do during that late game with Magic Community if they're able to get off to even a pretty decent start. So I think EG probably has this in mind. They really want to try to continue to at least punish a little bit before that Gyrocopter gets too much.
8 for 5 at the moment. Hot 6, they've got the Zeus at the top of the net worth. Sumail's farm on the Ember is looking pretty good. He's certainly having a good game so far on the Ember Spirit. He did have 1,200, out of 1,500. What's he bought up here? What is he opting for at the moment, the courier? Okay, so it is going to be the Ring of Hell. So now on top of the treads, going to go straight for that Battle Fury rush.
I think it makes the most sense in this game. They probably realize what I was mentioning just a little bit earlier, is hey, we got a lot of magic damage, but we don't have a lot of physical damage unless Sumail starts building for very quick DPS items. So getting the Battle Fury is the first step in that direction. And I think the faster he gets it out, he's already got the purse. So that's not too bad, considering he was up in that middle lane and did have 1 death to his name. But highest farmers in terms of CS still on the side of EG. And right now, MVP, they're looking to try to counter pressure here a little bit. They need to be careful, though, because when Song is back up in about 60 seconds, EG have been known to use Song to initiate a lot.
Howie waiting on the sidelines there with Universe looking for an opening. Interesting note, of course, Fear, he has picked up that first Oblivion stuff, so going to be looking for that Orchid as his first item this game. And I guess when you look at the side of Hot 6, understandably so.
I'm wondering how much Hot 6 would really want to force this. They have pretty much everyone here. I don't know why they feel the need to actually do this like right this second. Maybe they eventually just back off. Or I guess, no, never mind. EG are probably just going to sack the tower.
Yeah, they should be
No
able to
one's
get
TPing
it.
yet.
Weave's been thrown down ready defensively, so they're going to start to
Dire's
tank up.
structures are
Fortification
fortified.
coming out. Aui's still hanging around there, but
Middle
yeah, it looks
tower
like they're
is
just
under
going to let this one go. PPD actually looking to try and take a tier 1 of his own
Courier?
in the mid lane. Sumail coming in as well, and indeed the courier getting caught out there.
He
Yeah,
ulted for that
with
courier, by the
sneak.
way.
He did indeed, and what did it have on him? It had something.
Radiant's
It was
middle
just, okay, it was the Bloodstone recipe here. So slowing that one down. So it is certainly something. They were able to get the tier 1 bottom. They do defend the tier 1 mid for the time being, and will be able to find the deny there with Jerax and MP working away at it.
Radiant's
That's
middle
the second
tower
tier 1
has
actually that's
been
been denied. Both the towers that EG have taken this game have not been actually tower kills. They've just been tower denies. Just definitely good. Like, when you're playing against a team that has a pretty mid-game focus, I would say, from EG's side at least, it's nice to be able to have that extra gold taken away from them because you don't want them to hit their item progression at the right timing. Think of last game when that tanker didn't have all the items that he needed.
EG smokes up, moving up to the high ground. They found MP here with the vision and straight onto the Zeus. Zeus trying to turn it around, bringing PPD low with the burst. Not low enough though, and EG get themselves a clean-cut kill, ending the killing spree of the Quap. At the same time, Clockwork going in onto Dazzle, and just getting himself away with a TP from Forev. So, well, a couple of pickups there for EG, and this time Hot 6, they don't have an answer for it.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate
Radiant's
that
top tower
he gets
is
caught
under
running in that
attack.
particular part of the woods. Like, no one was really going to be able to help him there. I think Sun was in the area, but he's like, yeah, you're probably dead. I'm not going to risk anything trying to save you
Radiant's
right there.
top tower
But
has fallen.
still, Hot 6, they're not in too bad a shape. The one thing about Zeus that's really nice in this game is his ability to spam waves. Like, once he has that Bloodstone completed when Courier's back up, like, he'll be able to keep them out of the base for a very long time just by virtue of spam. And EG's high ground push, not really that great. Like, it's okay once the Ember starts getting a lot of farm, but he's a melee hero who has to actually walk up to high ground to start hitting the tower. And again, Zeus, Gyro, like even Weave, for example, coming out from the Dazzle, it can be pretty dangerous to do that.
Bottom lane, Jerax joining forces here with Forev. Maybe seeing if they can find an initiation onto Universe on this Clockwork, but Universe keeping his distance quite much, and PPG is there to back him up as well. Still 17.5 minutes in, 8-7. Not necessarily the most action-packed games. Both teams now focusing on the farming element. Sumail at the top, closing in on that Battle Fury, of course. He's only got, just a few hundred to go, and he will have that done and dusted. So, at that point, it's going to be not a bad timing on top of the Aquila treads and one. And it's going to certainly speed up the farm.
Yeah. He's got his bottle on top of everything else, so his farm is more than okay. He's highest CS in the game. And he's been involved in 5 of the 7 of his team's kills, so I'd say Sumail is having a pretty darn good time. But we kind of expected this, right? Up against Zeus, a lot of heroes just still
Radiant's
farm.
middle
Even though
tower
Zeus does a
under
lot of damage
attack.
during the laning phase, it's just like, you can't ever really force Sumail back if he's consistently bottle crowing, and especially once it hits level 6. Because then you can just go back to base whenever you want, as long as your TP is off cooldown. So basically once, every 70 seconds? It's not too bad.
Not bad at all indeed. In terms of doubling yourself back up. Notable, of course, Fear now has the Orchid complete on your Queen. So we'll see what he's going to be able to do with that. He's hit level 11 as well now with the second point in Sonic Wave. And the courier back up. Bloodstone has been delivered to MP here on the Zeus. They'll start to be able to get on that quest of getting those charges up. Well, it depends what the plan of action is next for both teams. Universe at the moment working towards his 4-staff, only about 100 gold away from that recipe, so he's going to have that very soon on top of his Blade Man. As always, Universe's farm has been very, very nice here on the offlane.
He's actually so farmed. He has 85 CS in a 19-minute game as offline Clockwork. Like, what is that? Like, how do you have that much farm?
It's certainly been looking very, very good for him, and I think that's kind of showing the graph there for the whole team as well. Around 4k lead here in terms of net worth for EG. And just a little bit more in terms of XP, but they have maintained this lead for a little bit of time now over Hot 6. Hot 6 yet to find the play that's going to help pull them back round, but it's still just a tiny difference. At this point of the game, Hot 6 still very much in it. Aoi, of course, closing in on that mech. So the recipe now is I have that very, very shortly. Just with the completed buckler, that will be on its way out to him. And Forev, now with the Ogre Club, 1,800 gold towards completing what we'd imagine to be that BKB. Because as you said, once they've got the BKB on the Jara, they're going to be in a much better place to fight. Sumail here, stacking up the Ancients, has got that completed Battle Fury, so we'll be able to make short work of them here with a Sleight of Fist. And that's going to be able to maintain his position top of the net worth at the moment, hitting 9,000 at 20 minutes in.
I feel at some point Hot 6 are going to have to address Sumail. If you look at the late game potential from both teams, it's going to get to a stage where Sumail might not be the best high ground hero, but he's going to be very hard to kill. They don't have a good team for jumping on him, even a snowball. As long as Sumail has a Remnant out, he's going to have to be blink initiated on if they want to kill him. So Jerax is going to be blink dagger, punch him, snowball him, hope that there's no counter initiation coming out from EG, which there is a lot. There's Song, there's Clockwork, there's Queen of Pain, and we're going to see an Orchid here, bottom lane. Jerax going to be in some trouble. Will end up getting picked off here.
Orchid doing a lot of work there for Fear and Universe as a combo. Fear just blinking himself out south to the trees. TP's out with the Thunder God's Wrath. There in time from MP. Just enough damage to bring down the Queen in return. Top lane. Brev moving in with the cooldown. The slow's going to catch on to Howie, but he's got the Song. He's got the mech as well. Will simply TP away from that one, but it is indeed the level 1 Song, so it's going to be on cooldown for a good 3 minutes now. So that might be a little kind of window that Hot 6 might be able to make something of. Mid lane though, Sumail applying the pressure. He's got PPD in there, up to the sidelines with him. And as you said, Sumail at this point now where the side of Hot 6, understandably, going to be a little bit scared of the old Ember.
I'm just wondering what is their counterplay to the Ember late game? How does Hot 6 deal with that hero? Because it's one thing to not have a great high ground team, but it's another to have such good team fight that the enemy team just can't kill your composition. And I think that's what's going to end up happening here, because between the two cores of EG, they're both highly mobile. Whereas Hot 6, they don't really have that good of a team for locking down heroes. So something's got to give. Like either Hot 6 need to start trying to do something, or eventually I think EG are just going to get too far out of control.
Well, top lane now, he continuing to find what he can here on this Naga Siren. Undying, mech very close to being finished, just use a couple of hundred for that recipe. Rev does have the completed BKB. A 100 gold on top of it.
That could be what they need. They could say, okay, now we got BKB, let's try to do something.
So now he's got 2.8k gold now on top of the Battle Fury, so it will be interesting to see what he goes for, whether it's going to be that crit, maybe going for the second Battle Fury, or maybe even something a little bit more on the defensive. But as you said, I feel that he certainly can go for the full aggression against Hot 6's lineup.
I think double Battle Fury is really nice, just because it gives you like infinite regen more or less. But I guess with the CM Aura, you probably don't need a second one. Probably can just stick with one and then go straight for crit or something.
Oh, Hot 6 now.
Oh, he's going to find a stack too. Oh, God.
Damn, that's quite some stack as well here.
Yeah, that's what, 3 stacks?
Yeah, triple stack here on the Radiant. And Sumail's going to be pretty safe at taking it. Hot 6 actually
he's going to try to
smoking up.
stack it again.
Ah, that's efficiency and a half here there from the EG mid.
I didn't get it.
Unlucky.
Close, though.
Unlucky there for Sumail, but still a bonus, of course, taking that away from the side of Hot 6. Hot 6 smoking up, kind of hoping to bait here with Forev, force some kind of reaction from EG, but EG, they're just not falling for it, and they're just going to look to push themselves.
PPD is sieging a tier 3 tower by himself. Like, how is a Crystal Maiden like showing here at a tier 3, and MVP are still content to push that lane? Like, they have to realize that even though they're trying to make a trade right now, it is not favoring them. Their tier 2 mid is being pressured. They got damage dealt on their tier 3 as well. Like, I guess since you're already here, you might as well get the tower, but what they're trading for it is not worth it.
Yeah, they lose tier 2 themselves here in the mid lane. And Ember, Sumail just with a sleight of fist, they're pushing it on. Remnants himself back out though, doesn't want to stick around for the push. And backs up with the rest of the team as well. It isn't just, in fact, PPD. The balls to steal here on the side of the Radiance map, not scared at all. Gets himself a little bit of jungle on the way back to base, because they're going to need to come back for the defense. Forev and the guys are still piling on the pressure. PPD is ready to defend though, with the help of Universe on this clock. And Universe now on the clock, he's got a fair bit of items building up as the 4-staff, of course, complete. And now with the point booster, working towards that Aghanim Scepter. Likewise, Fear with the point booster himself, 1,200 gold on top of that with the Orchid. So he's going to be looking for that Aghanims as well. Should be able to get a relatively good timing. And okay, there it is. It is going to be the second Battle Fury for Sumail on its way out to him right now in the career.
Yeah, I guess he could drop Aquila here, or Wand, just whichever one you prefer, I guess. It's going to be the Wand in this case. Yeah, but double Battle Fury is fantastic because you can Sleight of Fist off cooldown, even without CM Aura, and you will always be a full mana, so long as you're not popping everything else.
Fear straight in, the Sonic Wave's going to be off the mark. In fact, the hook shot as well. It doesn't matter though, because Howie's there to clean it up with the gang. Now with the Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains onto 2, holding Forever, and Jerax back. So now might stick around for a bit more action here. Fear and Ari ready to go back in here with the Mirror's Image. Moving forward with a homing missile, holding Sumail back. Universe coming in as well. EG, they want to look for more blood. Aoi, he's going to be able to find the ensnare. Now with the Solar Crest from Aoi, bringing the armor down very low. One Sleight of Fist, dropping Jerax to about less than half of his health. The Snowball has come out. It's just going to be towards the Creep Wave. Oh, the Sleight of Fist again, bringing him down low. The Rocket Flare also putting Jerax right on the edge of death. Sora's going to keep it topped up though. But they've got to be really scared of Sumail now. In these engagements, we're seeing a couple of Sleight of Fists and dropping most of these heroes down to less than half health.
Yeah, that's just the strength of an Ember, though. And you can see he's sitting here pretty much alone. 3 members of Hot 6 in the area. He's obviously going to be backing now because the rocket's on him, but it's so hard for the team of Hot 6 to actually kill these cores. Like, between Queen and Ember, what do they have? Like, how do they actually kill them? I mean, I guess Jerax is closing in on his Blink Dagger, so that's one step in the right direction. But up until this point, that BKB has not been popped at all by the Gyrocopter. 4Ev has had a 10-second BKB for, like, what? 7 or 8 minutes, maybe even longer.
He just hasn't really found himself in a position to fight with it. 2.2k gold on top of the BKB as well, so we'll be able to start making his way towards that damage item, which I guess we'll probably expect to see probably the MKB come out in this situation.
Yeah, it could be MKB, it could be Lifesteal as well, just depends. He could also go Butterfly. I think Butterfly is actually really good against Ember when you don't actually have a way of jumping on him. Because if you, for whatever reason, are standing next to a couple of heroes and there's a double Battle Fury Ember with crit and you don't evade some of the damage, you can kind of just die.
Universe gets the hookshot onto Frev. Now there's your BKB coming out. You're going to be able to find anything off the back? Nah, it's just a BKB and get the hell out of there. There from the Gyrocopter. Still 27 minutes in, just 9 for 9.
Yeah, but
not a lot.
If you look at the golden experience, it's like EG have a reason. I mean,
that's a lot. That
like
is huge.
They know what they're doing by not fighting, because if we talk about the cores and their mobility on EG, then you also have to keep in mind that those cores get to play more aggressive, which opens up the jungle for other heroes like PPD or Aoi or Universe who might not be able to farm those dangerous positions. They just send those heroes out to spots where they can farm that other heroes can't, and then say, okay, well, the rest of the map I'm just going to eat. And since Hot 6 know they're behind, they're still not feeling as confident to be able to come out of base and try to force an engagement because they feel like they might lose. And now with the use of this DD, Sumail and the rest of EG are looking to take Roshan.
Yeah, Hot 6 are going to smoke up. The question is, can they get there in time to contest it? And the answer is no. Roshan's a full. Aegis is going to go the way of Sumail here on the Ember Spirit. And Hot 6 just a little bit too late to the party. They are going to continue to head that way, though. But EG have started to move themselves away from the pit, and it's going to be unlikely that Hot 6 find anything off the back of this. Sumail now with 3.5k gold on top of his 2 Battle Furies. 28 minutes in, this Ember Spirit looking pretty darn terrifying.
As soon as he gets the Daedalus, they're going to have some issues. 4Ev might be forced to BKB here as well. Okay, never mind. Not many EG are in the area, so. But if you look at the way Sumail's pushing out this lane, like, he knows. He's just like, you can't kill me. Even with 2 Battle Furies and almost no survivability items to his name except for Treads, which he's got on Agi, he says, yeah, whatever, it's fine. I got Aegis, I got a Retreat Remnant. I'm not really sure what Hot 6 are going to do about that. Like, what is your counterplay here?
Sleight of Fist searing chains on Taheen, just keeping him on his toes. Sumail, indeed, he's just out there all on his own, not a care in the world, has the Remnant to safely retreat back to. Then it goes Rap scouting it all out, but it's scouting out a little bit too low because Universe goes in. They're able to take down Tusk. Now they're going to look for MP as well, and PPD moving in, but Sun coming in, dropping the tombstone. PPD with a freezing field, and the Glimmer Cape. Is it going to be enough to find a kill? No, not quite enough to finish off MP. MP and Sun will live. They do kill PPD here. It ends up being the 1-for-1 trade there on the bottom lane. Tusk for the CM. Still on the top lane, Aoi and Sumail applying the pressure with the Solar Crest. If they can find the ensnare on Taheen, he's going to be having to be very, very careful. Sumail's just going to start to chip away at this tower. And again, just burning down Heen. Sumail, he has got pretty much the money for, was that for Sumail's Daedalus? He's still just 1,000 short. Okay, he's 1,000 short of the Demon Edge. Here we go, the Heen forever. Trying to clear this one out. TP back coming in from Tusk as well. This time Sumail's going to back himself out. A little bit too low on the old mana to stick around. But 10 for 10. EG slowly but surely forcing the creep waves the way of Hot 6. Still just looking to take that final bottom tier 2 away from the side. Samil going to tank this homing missile. Hot 6 kind of moving out of the base here. But the TP outs are already there. Samil and Dowie leaving the top lane. And not leaving themselves susceptible to being caught out by the side of Hot 6. Fear continuing to farm. Aghanims, 2k gold on top of it as well, keeping themselves second on the board, just behind Samil.
Yeah, but this is, again, it's just utilizing the map to its fullest. So the biggest difference in gold is not really the carries or the cores, per se. It's the supports and the offlane. Like, right now, Owie is like 10k net worth almost. Universe is 9.5. Then the people who you would compare to that on the side of Hot 6 are 5.6 and 5.5. Like, as a support / offlane, right? So they're just getting flat out controlled on the map and out-farmed. And it's, again, because of their inability to initiate. They do not have an initiation hero. It's just Tusk. And I'm sorry, but a 1 second stun punch into a snowball is not enough time. Like, you actually need a way of jumping and getting a kill.
Oh, Fred moving forward to Samil. Samil, he does not have a care in the world. He's taking around bottom lane. Universe going in with a hook shot, using the Cogset to push MP back. TP reactions are coming out. And it's just going to be Jerax backing himself up as Fear blinks in with the Orchid onto the Tusk. Nothing more to come of this one, though. They have found this Observer Ward, though. MP's going to be able to claim that one for the team. And still, Samil, he's set up camp here on this top lane. Now has got enough money to pick up the Demon Edge, which will now be on its way with a completed Daedalus in tow. So double Battle Fury, Daedalus complete. One Sleight of Fist and Searing Chains there, bursting down for Rev.
Oh, the creeps are going to spawn. Oh, God, he might die. Okay, never mind. He did it too soon. There. Okay, that was scary. I think Sumail was hoping for the creep wave to spawn and be there when he threw out that slate.
His Universe, how's he doing on his Aghanims on this clock? It was pretty close earlier. He's still closing in on it, just 500 gold to go. And we're going to see that Universe clock Aghanims. How's Owie doing, in fact, on the Naga?
He's
saw him,
stacked.
Guardian Greaves with 1600 gold on top of the Solar Crest. Yes, please, if you're an Argosar.
I wonder if he goes back for a Glimmer if he wants to go like Aghanims again. I think Aghanims is actually very useful against Zeus.
Oh, we might see a fight kick off. Universe initiating now with the Orchid onto MP. The Cogs forcing back as well. Jerax with the snowball forward will get the uppercut onto Fear. They have already lost MP though on the Zeus. 20 seconds though because of those Bloodstone charges before he's back. They're able to get rid of the Tombstone. EG not actually looking to fight here. Jerax, he does.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's stuck in the trees, though. This is not the blink. He's going to look to TP out. Freezing Field, will it be enough? It won't be quite enough damage. Jerax able to escape. They're actually going to look for the TP out and Sun as well, and they haven't got anything to cancel it. Sun able to escape as well. PPD did have the Frostbite available there, but he just wanted to sit there and let it go. And, oh, that is big. Sumail getting caught out. Gyro getting the gold on top of it as well. Sumail just getting a little bit too big for his boots. And that's a hefty gold and XP swing there for the side of Hot 6.
His A just had to have faded, that's the only thing.
Oh, snowball. Bottom lane and D-Stir, we're going straight onto Owie, fairly low with the Aurorus Punch as well. And there we go, MP with a burst, bringing it down, Sonic Wave, and the Soul Burn there from the Orchid, enough to get the Tusk down in response. PPD a little bit low on mana, now going to be chased down by MP, Forev, and Sun. Fear is still hanging around as well, trying to scare off the side of Hot 6. Forev leading the charge, and he's found Fear. Fear blinks himself away. Forev continuing to force Quap out of the base. There's going to be a homing missile coming in, and Forev certainly looks to be in a position to continue to chase this. Nope. Going to just hold back, clear out the wave, and is content with forcing Quap back to base. But nonetheless, yeah, taking down Sumail, getting Owie as well. Hot 6 keeping the game even at 12-12, but still overall, of course, that difference between the gold and XP very much favoring the side of Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit out of hand. I think the Zeus... I think he's going Hex. Yeah, he needs Hex, actually. If he has Blink and a Hex, they could potentially open up on the Ember in such a way that unless Naga Siren is able to Song in time, they might be able to burst him down. And the fact that they killed him in the first place is actually nothing short of a miracle. Like, that's so good for them, that they even get him off that side of the map one time. Because it means that's, what, like 2 or 3 minutes where EG are not going to be able to play their fully effective game where they're just farming all 3 lanes and the woods at the same time. So, really good stuff. I was wondering if Forev would actually get into like Rapier build territory in this game, but he goes for the MKB, hook shot.
And he's straight in onto Sun. Gets the Tombstone out to the high ground. Don't know if he's going to be able to save him. Actually keeping himself alive here. Ensnare from Ari holding him in place. The burst damage coming onto Universe. Pops the Blade Mail. Now PBD with a freezing field. But Sun, he's just tanking himself up with the decay. Not quite enough. They do bring down the Undying. And now with the Song looking for more. Moving up to Hot at the same, Hot 6, sorry, MP. Zeus Turning around, in fact, and looks like they're going to get him for the time being. Sumail chasing down the hell. Universe and Sumail converging in on the Zeus. Thunder God's Wrath comes out not quite enough to kill Universe. And EG this time taking 3 from Hot 6, losing nothing themselves there. As Farev was, of course, not part of the fight. Top lane at the moment, continuing to farm with the MKB and now 2.4k gold on top of it. But EG, they've got a taste for blood. They might be looking for more here. Moving towards Heen in the middle lane. DVD Glimmer caped up. Quite going to be able to find him. But still, Hot 6 have got to be very careful about losing fights like that one.
Now, that was pretty scary. I'm surprised that like somebody actually died there without using mech. Maybe he just thought he was dead anyway. I'm not sure if the mech would have actually turned anything in their favor. But tier 3 in the meantime, top lane is going down. Leaves the racks fully exposed here. Means Sumail is going to be even more annoying with the split pushing that he's been doing so far.
And of course, you now have the Octarine turn on Fear as well as the Ags. We're going to see those ultimates coming out with the Sonic Wave every 30 seconds. A lot of spam ability and a lot of tank ability as well once he gets those spells flying out in the team fights. Just making him that little bit harder to take down. And of course, this game has only died the 2 times. Proven to be fairly elusive. And certainly with this pickup will continue to do so.
I think EG, for now, they probably just want to wait out Roche. Like, it's going to be a quick spawn. Of course, they don't know that yet, but they do have the courier in the vicinity, so they'll be able to see it as soon as it comes out. Hot 6 might be able to defend Roshan. The one thing about Roche fights that's really cool for them is they actually have a huge amount of AoE damage in Tombstone, which is great utility around the pit because you can't really get away. Though what EG have been doing to deal with that is just popping Song and just hitting it. But sometimes it's just too hectic, right? Like you don't actually get it coordinated fast enough to be able to kill it like in these small engagements. But EG, they know that Roshan's going to be up soon. They're pressuring the map, making sure the Hot 6 are stuck inside of their base.
Yeah, straight up Sonic Wave to the faces of Farev and MP. Brings himself away and oh, with the cleave and now Universe hookshotting in onto Farev. That's your gyrocopter down for 70 seconds. Does have a buyback available, but this is at the key time where Roshan is going to be right around the corner as well if EG's so fancy to take it.
I think they force a buyback and go Roche. I don't know if they want to try to go all in, but
it certainly feels like that could be the play here. But all in all, things starting to look more comfortably in the hands of EG. 3.8k on Sumail and oh, with that hook shot. Getting dragged back as well as MB gets 4-star back. He's going to live through this one, but the Slider Fish bringing him low. Remnant back from the Sumail. Aoi now with the Song. Are they going to look to go back in on this one or just buy themselves some time? Actually going to be the Snowball flying in onto Aoi. Aoi getting low now with the Warriors Plunge. Actually going to go onto Illusion. And that is going to be the Tusk and Undying dropping. 2 heroes down now on the side of Hot 6 without buyback available. Now Sumail looking for a Slider Fist. Isn't going to latch onto anyone this time. Moving forward, but there's the hook shot again from Universe. The clock's moving them back. MP load. The Shallow Grave is out just in time. But it looks like MP will still go down with Fear on the front lines, brings him down. They find the Zeus and now looking for Heen as well. Farev trying to do what he can to stand around onto Fear. Fear will actually drop. Universe gets the hook shot in onto Farev and snared up as well. They kill Farev. Sumail, a Slider Fist and a Searing Chain should do it. Heen's got the Shallow Grave looking to TP out in the remnants. Will he be able to get himself back to base? No, he won't. Double kill for Sumail. An effective team wipe there against the side of Hot 6. We're going to see just EG losing Fear. There's going to be the buyback from Dazzle. Undying is now back into the game, but this is your gyro down for 70 seconds without buyback. And this is the middle racks and top racks exposed now. Now the question is, can Hot 6 do anything to stop this push from EG? It's certainly going to be a tough one. Racks moving forward with the ice chest now, blinking forward, looking for Aoi. They know that Aoi hasn't got the Song available for this time being. Can they bring him down with the Warriors Punch? They're certainly going to give a good shot. He's going to look for the TP out. Is it going to make it there? The heal bomb there from Dazzle, finishing off Aoi here on the Naga Siren. And they do manage to force EG back out from the base and defend it, but at quite a hefty cost. I mean, the fight recap there not really showing a lot, but I'm sure the graph itself will tick in, and we are indeed starting to see, because of the expenditure there Hot 6 had to do to defend the base, coming out to a massive net worth and XP lead now for EG. I mean, even if it wasn't at that point already, EG just continuing to spiral out of control.
Now they went really ham. Like, even as far as that first hook shot, like, what, Universe went to tier 4 towers, pretty much? So even with that considered, forcing buybacks, making the gyrocopter die back, EG still know that they're okay to take Roshan. Like, this is what happens when the enemy team is forced inside of their base for so long, that the lanes were all pushed in. Even if EG gets wiped off the map, they're forcing buyback, they're making Hot 6 spend money to defend their own base. They don't really have the right positioning to be able to contest this at all, so they're just going to be going away at EG again. I'm not sure if they can stop this push 2 times in a row. They're not going to have 2 gyrocopters this time.
And this is going to be the push that may very well end the game here for EG if they wish to go for it. Sumail, of course, with the Lincoln Sphere picked up after the Battle of Fury and Daedalus. He's only died twice this game, but it's certainly going to be hard to catch him out once again. You see, of course, Zeus does indeed have that completed Hex. See if he's able to find himself the opening to use it onto Sumail and take the kill. In fact, at the moment, Heen maybe getting caught out. Oh, hit the Jukes there. Hiding in the tree line. Sumail walking around, actually getting spotted out. And here we go. They dispel the Link. Is a perfect timing there with the Hex as well. That's a big pick-off. Sumail down for 90 seconds now and hasn't got that buyback available. I do believe it's just a little bit too short on the dollar. And a lot of money indeed going for Zeus there. And look at that. That one kill. A huge gold and XP change. Around 3,700 gold swing and a 4,000 XP swing as well. Sumail not in the right place at the right time there. Fear furiously pushing forward on this mid lane. You see Hot 6 start to rotate towards there. Aoi now 1,900 gold on top of the 4 stuff which he did opt for. Fear now starting to level up a Dagon. That's going to be his next dynamite choice. Undying has got the Guardian Greaves complete, Sun, ready for the next fight. Still 15 for 21. The lead certainly very much in EG's favor. But those little kind of kills, if they can continue to find kills on Sumail, on Fear, Hot 6 might just have it in them to bring this game back around. It
only takes a few kills. And as the game gets later and later, oh, can I hear another hook shot? I guess it was a farming hook shot. Thanks, Universe, make me panic. There's kind of a line where no matter what stage in the game you're in, obviously a team can have a lead and they're supposed to be able to win at that stage, but when you get to like 50, 60, 70 plus minute games, you're going to start seeing like 1 or 2 team fights just completely dictate the pace of the game. And sometimes it just ends the game straight up. So if they just get one good team fight, we saw how much they got from just killing Sumail. If they manage to take one really good engagement with that Hex and finding an opportune kill target, they could just turn the game based off that.
They certainly could indeed. It's still going to take quite a bit. Overall, quite far behind. Sumail getting scarier as the game passes on. Level 23 now on this Ember Spirit as well. And it's actually EG now heading to the top lane. Oh, they've found Jerax. I don't think there's any way he can get out of this one. Pops a Ghost Scepter, freezing field there from PPD. They want the man dead. They're going to get the man dead.
That damage.
Tusk hitting the deck for a good minute.
No buyback, but I'm not sure if EG are really going to have the time to counter pressure fast enough. They got 50 seconds or so. They might be able to deal some damage to the Raxes. Right now, Aoi is on his way over there as well. I don't know how he continues to just get insane amounts of money. Like, every time I see him, it's like he has another item in his inventory and like 2,500 plus gold. It's ridiculous how much this guy farms, or is able to farm with these styles of lineups. But the story has really been, I think EG probably outdrafted Hot 6 like 2 games in a row, at least in terms of what their lineups are capable of doing. And understanding like what their lineup can do at what point. But we are going to see a searing chance here on the forehand, the 4 staff.
Indeed getting forced forward. Not going to do anything off the back of that. Somehow just getting rid of that missile. And it's actually Universe hookshotting straight across to the mid lane. Trying to get the mid lane pushed in as well. Bottom lane's already working its way towards the tier 3 tower. So EG have the momentum in all 3 aspects. All 3 lanes of this game at the moment. And smoked up as well, ready to try and catch someone out here. And they might just do that going up. Jerax, oh, getting bursted low. It's going to be fine for the time being, though. We'll have to make his way back to base before coming back out for the defense. And mid lane, Sumail just spamming out the Sleight of Fist here, making it harder and harder for Hot 6 to get in with the defense. And the racks are starting to fall slowly but surely. And again, Sumail, 1-2. We're going to see actually Aoi pick up this Vlad now at this point, just to help this team with this final little push. Maybe that's the item needed here, just to push it over the edge with that extra sustain in the lane with the lifesteal. Very nice, of course, for this Ember Spirit, and indeed straight onto Pharef. Pulls himself back out. Doesn't want to stick there in the party ring with Pharef for the time being on the Giant. Oh, whoa! That's a sneaky range Rex being taken there by Sumail. PPD getting low, psyched up as well. That brings down the Crystal Maiden. See him hitting the deck for 70 seconds. The cleave damage there. Doing a hell of a lot to the side of Hot 6. Top range Rex has been taken down as well. Still yet to take a melee Rex, though, from the side of Hot 6. And the question is, EG, they want to look for more with a player down. They are sticking around. It is just the CM that they are missing. Maybe still feeling fairly comfortable
I'm not sure
it's
how,
tense.
like, Hot 6, they only have 1 or 2 heroes that really can deal with the kind of split pushing that's happening right now. So basically what EG are doing is they're initiating. Oh, speaking of, Sumail.
Straight onto him, Universe there with the hook shot though to buy time for Sumail to round him back out. And now actually the song, okay, from Aoi. Are they going to be able to set something off with this one? EG Fear, yeah, there we go. So he's looking for the top set of racks. Fortification will come out in time. He isn't quite able to find the melee racks here. MP and Jerax trying to fight into this one. They're going to go for the snowball onto Sumail with a punch as well. Haven't quite got enough to bring him down, and yeah, Jerax just blinks himself the hell out there. Doesn't want to get caught in the slide fish. Universe popping the blade mail, gets himself over the ice charge there with a 4-staff. Will be able to get himself on the retreat. And still just EG trying to work their way around. Hot 6 and Will down on the base for Rev. He's going for a 1-for-1 here with Fear. BKB is pop. Fear just says, okay, I'm out. Universe has got that hook shot fairly low in terms of health. Not really wanting to go back in. The Guardian Greaves, there we go. He's going to help him out with that one. And we are going to see Forev now with a completed Satanic. I mean, he is a gyrocopter. There is that potential to hold the base very, very nicely. But it's certainly getting harder and harder. But it does seem as well at the same time that EG haven't quite got it in them to break the base in one fell swoop. They're having to do it slowly, bit by bit.
Yeah, but this is the way that you want to do it. Like, in reality, EG could probably take a 5-man fight, but there's no reason to take the risk and
going in, forcing Forev back. Of course, he doesn't have that BKB. Was using the top lane against Fear, but Universe getting caught out will go down. That's your clock on the sidelines for 70 seconds. Nice Sonic Wave, but nothing coming of it because the Guardian Greaves pretty much negating the burst damage from it. And Zero off the back, EG getting himself out. There's going to be a snowball forward onto Fear. Jerax, well, that's a lot of damage there for the Slider Fist. They're going to lose the Tusk. 1v1 here, but the difference being that Jerax does have buyback available. And now he just on this bottom lane, keeping the pressure on here. Making sure that none of the lanes escape the base of Hot 6. So now just sitting down, spamming out the Slider Fist. This Fear's going to have him covered in that respect. But 23-17, still 47 minutes in. A little bit of a stalemate, it certainly feels like at this stage of the game, with EG neither able to break the base in its entirety and Hot 6 unable to really kind of push back out.
It's just mainly because taking a 5-man engagement versus a gyro that's this farm against Grave and Tombstone and all that, EG just don't really feel like they want to take the risk. They're just like, okay, well, we have high mobility, let's abuse that. We hook shot in, we force the gyrocopter to stay bottom, then we attack top racks, we go in mid, we hook again, we just keep dealing damage to the base. Like, what's the point of taking a 5-man if you don't have to? I mean, sure, they can fall back on like Naga Siren Song, things like that, but at the end of the day, I don't think Hot 6 are going to be able to hold their base forever against this. Like, they are taking base damage, it's just very slow.
Well, maybe this will change everything. We've got a 48-minute Dazzle Midas.
All right, I have to see a stat.
This could be the game
many,
changer.
How many 47-minute Midases have we seen?
Well, I think Dazzle realizes we may be setting in for the long haul here if EG can't break the base, and Midas is just going to help capitalize on that. 5,100 gold on your Sumail Ember Spirit, though.
How do you not just buy a Glimmer Cape when you have that money?
Mate, it's all about the swag.
Like, how do you... I mean, I guess? Swag? Something like that? I mean, there's no detection on EG right now. Okay, so here, another hook shot.
Hook shot onto Forev. Again, though, is the hold hook shot 4-staff out. Universe with the tease. And there's your song. What can they do off the back of this, though? Tombstone's been popped down already by Sun. And he's going to back up there. He was just, again, trying to buy time for Fear to work his way on this top set of racks. Not enough time, though. The melee racks are going to stay alive. Forev getting healed up. Soul Rip. Guardian Greaves. He's A-okay. Nothing they can do about that. And Fear desperately keeps going back in, trying to find these racks. He can't quite do it. Sumail and Aoi pushing the bottom lane. There's your Universe hooking onto MP. Can they kill the Zeus? No. Oh, yes, they can. Slider Fist there to finish off the deal and to seal this one. Now Snowball moving forward onto Universe. Blink away from Jerax. Forev moving in. PPD going to be able to buy himself some time and space, but the BKB pop by Forev. It's going to not find anything again.
Their base is dying, dude.
Okay, this is... Okay, Fear has finally been able to clear out the top lane of racks. He's found the melee racks at the top. And still just EG trying to calculate it very, very carefully. There we go. Only for oh, well, look at that stat. Later Universe straight in onto Jerax. Jerax with the snowball, buying himself some time. PPD chilling around. He's ready to let it go with the freezing field if need be. And Jerax just blinked himself away. Aoi's song They're very, very grouped up here.
This is going to hurt so
Is
bad.
this going to be the free? Can they do some kind of one-more combo? The Conk's just going to catch Sun. The hot cleave, Sunny Lock, and there's your freezing field. Hean getting low here, buying some time with the Shadow Glade, but he still falls. Sun to fall as well. Double kill for PPD. Forev to fall. Fear gets himself a double kill. Buyback from Forev, but that's 3 heroes on the sidelines of MVP Hot 6 that don't have buyback. Now they're looking for the bottom set of racks. Moving forward, Universe is going to get sucked done. MP and Forev trying to find themselves the kill. Will they be able to find it? No. The Guardian Creeps keeping him alive. Universe gets himself a triple kill for Fear. Looking for MP, they'll get him as well. GG, well played is called, and EG, after what seems like an eternity, finally are able to finish the game and take the victory against Hot 6.
So I got to give a big shout out to Hot 6 here. They put up a really good fight against arguably one of the teams at TI who a lot of people say we're going to finish top 3. Right? Like if you said like EG, Secret, and then like maybe VG Gaming or something like that, that would be, not in any particular order of course, a top 3 for a lot of people. So they come into the series, the obvious underdogs, in game 1,